Okay, so welcome to another video. Bit nervous about this one. I'm going to place an order for a Polestar 2. Thought I'd take you through the ordering process in case anyone's interested to see how it works. Talk to you a little bit about my rationale and yeah, kind of explain things. So the reason I'm going for the Polestar 2, I'm not still 100% certain this is the next EV that I want, but I'm definitely in the high 90s. It's £1,000 deposit and you can get that back if you try to change your mind. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and reserve one anyway, because it's about 3 months until one would arrive. And my dog's making a right load of noise in the back. There's some other cars that I'm testing on the channel which you'll be seeing. Some that I am interested in, some I'm interested in that are more money than I'm interested in spending, like the Porsche Taycan for example. But I think in general the Polestar 2 is good. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the pros and cons in my opinion as we go through the order process. But let's roll the intro and switch to the laptop and let's make it happen. Okay, so I've got the Polestar 2 webpage loaded up, so we're kind of switch around and talk about the spec. There's not really loads of options that you have when specing up a Polestar 2, so this should be relatively straightforward. But yeah, I do think it's a nice looking car, and yeah, so let's do it. So get things going. So I already had the test drive, so if you haven't seen my test drive, the video aren't great because it wasn't easy for me to do videoing whilst in the vehicle. But there's videos around of different images of the colours and whatnot. So let's go to configure. So here we are. So as standard, pricing from $46,900 includes 3 years vehicle servicing, 3 years connected services, 3 years roadside assistance, 3 years vehicle warranty. So a couple of things on that. Obviously, electric vehicle, it's not going to need to be serviced every year anyway. The connected services, I'm assuming, is the ability to connect to Spotify and other things, basically use, you know, the maps and everything that you need to have a SIM card working for. Roadside assistance, I have full AA breakdown cover anyway, but you know, most new cars come with some breakdown warranty. 3 years vehicle warranty. I guess one thing to mention here, unlike the US, where they get 8 years warranty on the battery and the drivetrain, for some reason here in the UK we don't get 8 years warranty on the drivetrain. It's included in the 3 years warranty. So a little bit that I'm kind of bummed out about, a little bit if I'm honest with you, but not enough to make me not want to go ahead. I don't understand really why, especially when Polestar being a straight up EV manufacturer, why they're not doing something similar to like Tesla. And you know, Tesla, you got 4 years warranty on the vehicle and 8 years on the drivetrain and the battery. Even if you look at Kia, even their non-EV cars, you know, they have the 7-year warranty. So I don't know why we don't do these kind of things. So there is going to be apparently a rear-wheel drive only Polestar 2 come out in the future, but I'm not interested in waiting for that. So yeah, 78 kilowatt battery. I think 73 kilowatts of it is usable, something like that. 300 kilowatt motors altogether, so front and rear motors. Comes with a few things included. So the panoramic laminated, they call it a sunroof. It's just obviously a roof. It doesn't open or anything like that. There's that Polestar symbol at the top. You also get these pixel headlights with proximity lighting, so that will blur out some of the, not blur out, it will black out and go round cars and stuff, try and stop people being blinded. And then the Polestar digital key, which unfortunately at the time of ordering and doing this video right now in September 2020 isn't available yet. There's quite a few things that aren't available until 2021. So if I remember, I'll add that on to the end of the video to cover those things off. So other things that are included, obviously LED front fog lights, frameless exterior mirrors, which with auto dim, and they are foldable. They're kind of foldable. They go in a very small amount. Weave tech in charcoal or slate. This is their vegan material. It's a bit like a wetsuit apparently. They do a leather option or Nappa leather. It's in a light coloured car. I've had 2 cars that had light leather in, never again. Harman Kardon premium sound, interior high-level illumination, inductive charging plate, 4 USB-C connectors, hands-free power-operated tailgate, heated front and rear seats, heated wiper blades and steering wheel. So these are all things that, you know, my Tesla had to buy as part of the Sub-Zero pack. So it's great that this comes part of it. The infotainment system being the first kind of Android automotive solution. Home link for opening up your garage doors and gates and what have you. Polestar Connect, not quite sure. I think that's the ability, you can press a button in the roof and it will contact Polestar. DAB radio, pilot assist, blah 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 blah. So they say the WLTP is 292 miles with the 19-inch wheels. In reality, if you look at some of the other videos, it's clear this car is a little bit hungry, so it's not as energy efficient as a Tesla or a Kia. But for me, as long as the electric car can easily do 200 miles, then I'm happy. And I think the general feeling seems to be that people are getting somewhere between 240 and 270 in the summer months, depending on their driving style and what have you. So I'm confident that would be fine for me. And who knows, maybe with some software updates, the efficiency may be improved a little bit as well. You do get an EU charging cable included, but apparently it's only 16 amp, whereas really you want a 32 amp. So it's only going to be able to charge, you know, slowly at a public 7 kilowatt charger. So I need to get a different cable in the future. So we'll see what happens with that. Comes with front and rear textile floor mats, molded plastic stuff available as extra. Oh, we don't need all of this stuff. We'll come back to that later. So back to configuring things. So yeah, I think we covered off the main things that we needed to worry about in there. So as mentioned, 300 kilowatts, 402 brake horsepower, 660 newton meters of torque, 0 to 60 in around 4.7 seconds. The length and height and width is pretty good. It's not a massive car, but it's not small either. So my Tesla Model S that I'm moving from is a little bit too big for UK roads in a lot of situations. Right, so let's look at colours. So Void, the black, is the colour that comes as standard. You can have Snow, which is a pearlescent white. Magnesium, that's like a silvery colour. Doesn't look very different to Snow in real life. Thunder. Now, I do another couple of pictures that pop up for these colours. If you haven't seen the other video, the colours on this configurator look really nothing like it looks in real life. I think all of the colours look much better in real life than this configurator shows, which is a bit disappointing. The other thing you'll notice when you change some of these colours, so magnesium to thunder, so you can see little accents a lot along here is silver on the back as well. These bits are black, but different colours, they change the colour of that. So if you look at moon, see now they're silver. So interesting how they've done those little subtleties really. The car I had my test drive in was a moon one, and I think it actually looks pretty smart, but not the colour for me. Then we have Midnight, which is the colour I'm going to go for, and then obviously back to Void. So I'm going to leave it at Midnight. It's an extra £900. Then if we look at seating options, so I don't want the slate, but one thing that's interesting is you can only have slate if you have Void, Thunder, Magnesium or Snow. So that's kind of interesting. I'm going to stick with the charcoal because that's the colour I like anyway. So you can see a couple of the pictures of the inside there. I like a dark interior car personally. Is that weave tech stuff, but I think they've done a good job, and like the kind of black wood effect interior there. If you wanted to have leather with the ventilated seats, you can. I don't think they look that great. It's got this kind of weird pattern. If it was in black, I probably would consider it, but it's not. So we will stick with the charcoal, and yeah, we won't have to spend £4,000 on that. So in terms of packages, not many packages that you can choose. So Pilot is already included. So this is basically the driving assist mechanisms. So lots of stuff going on there. 360 camera, blind spot, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping aids, and what have you. So that comes as standard, which is good. The camera and the sensors in the front are all heated as well. So in the winter, or if you live in a colder country, they're not all going to get iced up and not work very well. The Plus pack is included as well. So this is the panoramic glass roof, the pixel headlights, additional USB connectors, inductive charging, all that stuff. So that's good. Performance. So they call it a performance pack, and I was actually talking to my dad about this, and he summed it up perfectly. Like with the Audis I've had in the past, if I haven't had an S model, I've had one with the S-Line kit, which is a nice body kit, lowered suspension, and that kind of thing. And that's basically what the performance pack is. It's like Audi S-Line. I think they should have called it something else other than performance, because performance implies, you know, increased speed, and this doesn't have increased speed. So, you know, the same battery, the same motors, everything. The only thing that's different is, the aesthetics of the car. So for the £5,000, which I am going to pay, because I think it looks better, and it's really only that, I'm paying £5,000 for cosmetics. You get the Öhlins dual flow valve dampers that you have to adjust manually, and I'll show that with the car when I get it. Optimized brake system with Brembo brakes. So they did a lot of work with Brembo to reduce the drag on these brakes, because that's something that's really important with electric vehicles. And what they say is, even with the larger wheels and those Brembo discs, they've really done a lot to minimise the range deficit that you have over going from the 19s with the non-performance pack, which is good. You get some gold valve caps. You get the gold seat belts front and rear, which I do think they look nice against the black, and you get this high gloss roof segment as well. So let me just see if I can, just before I add that, I don't know if it shows up on here. Here we go. So right here, this is color coded, but when you add the performance pack, that will be black. I don't know if it shows up. There we go. We can see that there. Now it's black. So I think it just makes the whole thing blend in a bit better. I don't know maybe why they didn't do this bit black as well. But yeah, the back pieces will blend in better. And I would get these rear windows, rear side and rear back windows tinted like I did on my Tesla, so things will look a little bit better. If you didn't want to pay for the performance pack, you could pay for the different style 20-inch wheels, but I prefer these black forged ones. They're a little bit lighter as well because they're forged. I'm really not a fan of diamond cut wheels. I had them on my BMW. They get scuffed and they can delaminate and stuff. We'll see how they go. I think if that does happen, I think I'll just get all the wheels respayed without the diamond cut. So just get it done like a normal forged alloy. Then if we look at extras, it comes with carpet mats, everything. I'm in an R-ring if I should get the boot liners. I normally do get protective boot liners and stuff with a lip on, and it's just difficult to see whether this has got a lip or not, and I'm not sure if by the time the car would arrive, like late December, January, if third-party mats would be available, and they are pretty expensive at £150. I think I'm going to add it. Same with these front and rear passenger foot mats. I've never had plastic mats or rubber mats in a car before, but I think I might get them for the winter. Yeah, I think I'm going to get them for the winter. An extra £350 on mats. Must be madness. Charging cables. There's no charging cables that you can buy from Polestar that are going to give me the 32 amp charger I need, so we'll just ignore that. Load carrier. I'm not interested in getting roof bars or anything right now, so we'll remove that as well. Don't need a child seat. Preventative safety. Don't need auto socks. No, we'll leave those. One thing I am going to add that I forgot to add is, for the first time in my life, I'm going to have a tow bar. I'm going to get this semi-electric tow bar because I don't know if you've seen it. I can't remember if it was in my video. It basically disappears and tucks away like no one will ever know you have a tow bar. And there have been times where I think it would be nice to be able to pull a little trailer for taking some stuff around. So I am going to add that as well. So that's pretty much it. That brings us up to £54,050. So an estimated delivery date, December 2020. And yeah, deposit £1,000. And we get the plug-in grant as well. So yeah, let's do it. So private customer, cash. Okay, let's confirm what we got. We got Polestar 2 long-range dual motor in midnight with a 20-inch 4Y spoke black polished forged alloys, charcoal, weave tech with black ash deco, Pilot Plus and performance pack, semi-electric tow bar, luggage compartment stuff, all that. So let me just sign in to my account. Payment is being processed. Your order is now complete. So by ordering a Polestar, you've done two very important things. You've helped speed the transition to a more electric future, and you've secured yourself an unparalleled driving experience. In your inbox, you will find an invitation to create a Polestar ID, blah, 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 blah. So that's it. Done. Exciting. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to find something better than the Polestar 2 that meets my needs. Obviously, when I say better, it's all personal. So be interesting to see what we find over time. Yeah, so the things I know right now, there have been a few issues with the Polestar 2 in terms of current deliveries. There have been some issues with a 12-volt battery. There's been no jack. There's been no first aid kit. Sometimes people's headlights haven't been aligned properly. The pixel LED stuff wasn't working properly. Also, no over-the-air updates. There's no app. Sometimes the charging, even though you set to 80%, it would charge over. Most of these things have been fixed with a software update. So in general, that's all good. There has been some people that said the center console around the gear selector has been scratched because people aren't very good with a microfiber cloth. I'm kind of expecting that to happen anyway. They use piano black around there and it's an absolute nightmare. So I'm probably going to wrap that from the start. There's a couple of other tweaks that I think I'll make to the Polestar 2 to make it my own as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing any updates in terms of when the car may come. Maybe it'll be December, maybe it'll be January, maybe it'll be sooner. Who knows? If there's this colour, this spec that I've ordered already en route, I'll keep the channel up to date with when I get VIN numbers and stuff. Kind of exciting. And also more, some other videos coming with some of the other cars I'm looking at as well. I did look, actually I'll do another video on the different cars that I considered as opposed to distracting from this one on the Polestar one. Let me quickly find the information about stuff that's coming in the future. That will make it a bit easier to clarify. Okay, so here's some of the information that Polestar published recently for some of the common issues that people have found since getting their Polestar 2 and kind of what Polestar are doing about it. So over-the-air updates currently not available. They plan to get those sorted in early 2021. Obviously, we'll see what happens with that. Right, what happens with the 12-volt battery? So the roadside assistance people will come and sort that out. As I mentioned, some people have this issue where even though they're set an 80% charging limit, it was charging to 100. The future software update is going to fix that. The digital key, again, with the app, that's going to come in early 2021. Some people are having some issues with the internet connection. You can reboot the system, a bit like Tesla, some of this stuff. But I've only seen a couple of people having that problem. Ability to remotely start the heating, so for preconditioning, again, this is another thing that you're going to need the app for, so you have to wait until early 21 to be able to get some of this stuff done. Can you charging schedule? Again, another thing that's not going to happen until mid-2021, so there are a few frustrations that I think are definitely going to happen with this car. It's not going to be a plain sailing car, and that kind of put me off originally, but then I was thinking about it, every electric vehicle, none of them are perfect. They've all got these little odd nuances. Just look at the ID3. They've been sat in the port for ages, trying to get software updates, working on that as well. I've got an ID3 video coming soon. But yeah, and then you should get this plug surfing app that comes with the car to enable it to easier charge at plug surfing locations. But that's it. Polestar 2 ordered. Leave comments below. Perhaps you've got one on order. Perhaps you've got questions as time rolls on, and we'll see what happens. Kind of excited. Again, if I decide, I can cancel the order if something else better comes up. I should get the deposit back, but worst case, yeah, £1,000 is a lot of money, but it's better to get the right car so I can walk away prior to being delivered anyway.
Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.